Hey, welcome back everyone. It's me, Mr. 4K. On this video, I want to talk about the reason why I prefer to use helicopters versus airplanes when it comes to PlayStation VR 2, Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. And one of the most obvious reasons is with helicopter, I can fly very low, right? And I can fly very slow and very low. I can hover over certain areas above the ground, right? And I can examine certain areas above the ground. I can have a better detail to see and explore a certain areas, right? That's the whole point of this game is to travel and to see certain areas that you normally in real life would not be able to go and travel because of financial reasons. Um, and helicopters will certainly give you the best possible VR experience in terms of seeing the world, you know, through Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 VR. Currently, I'm using a Huey. There's various other helicopters you can use. The Huey is the one that I use because it comes with Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 as a default. So this is not something that you have to pay for. It's included, okay, and it's available on a default library of your helicopters and airplanes on Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. However, they do have other helicopters that you can purchase. It really depends on how much are you willing to pay. They do have the big ones like MH60, which is the Seahawk, Jayhawk, Blackhawk, MH60 series of the Blackhawk. Well, Blackhawk it's the UH60, but quite honestly, UH60, MH60, they're both very similar. The only difference between the MH60 and UH60 is the technology. You know, MH60 it's mainly used for the Navy, Coast Guard, rescue, search and rescue, while the UH60 it's mainly used for the combat, for the U.S. military, right? And then there's the HH60W, which is like the cutting edge, next technology of the classified, uh, military helicopter technology that we have right now. It's also used for combat and rescue, but it's classified like technology. It's very classified, just like F-22 Raptor technology classified. So there are different variations of helicopters that you can use in this game to fly. You don't necessarily have to use a Huey. The only reason I'm using a Huey is to show you what's available on default, right? So maybe you're thinking about purchasing PlayStation VR 2 and you also want to purchase the video game so you can play it on PlayStation VR 2 and you want to know how can I just go ahead and start flying with a helicopter right away. Well, this helicopter Huey is the one that I recommend. It's a classic Huey, very iconic helicopter from 1960s during Vietnam era war, 1970s, 1980s. You know, you've seen it in the movies. Um, so from the 60s, 70s, and the 80s, you've seen this helicopter. It's a very iconic helicopter. And this honestly is the perfect helicopter to go with if you're just starting, you know. Like I said, if you want to go with the MH Militech MH60, keep in mind it's expensive. That's $50.49. So that's a little extra money you have to pay for. You know, I haven't personally played it, so I can't tell you if it's worth $50.49. But I did watch some MH60, UH60 pilots, and they said that it's pretty accurate in terms of a fly-by-wire, realistic flight model. Um, the whole point of this video, it's to explain to you why I choose helicopters when it comes to sightseeing, when it comes to checking out the world and you know examining certain areas in the city or in a specific place that you're looking for on the planet. Uh, this is the best way for you to experience the world of Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. The world, which is, of course, a digital world, but it's a replica of the real world. Okay, so everything that you see here, right? We're in Florida right now, in Vero Beach, also known as the Treasure Coast, in Florida. This is all realistic. Like these streets, everything you see here, this is all satellite synchronized imagery. Okay, everything you see here, it's realistic. There's nothing here that it's like fake or bogus. So that's one of the unique things about Microsoft Flight Simulator on the PlayStation VR 2 is you get to see the world, the entire world, um, in the convenience of your own home. Okay, and the helicopter, in my opinion, is the best way to do that. I have no problem with flying an airplane, or these super fast jets, or a Boeing 737, or 767, or 787, or Boeing 747, or Boeing 777, 777. The problem is you are flying high altitude, like 30,000 feet up in the air, and you only see the horizon of the sky. The you see the line, the line of the land and the sky, right? So you just see the horizon line of the curvature of the planet, which is the the land and the sky, the horizon, right? You just see the horizon, and you don't see nothing else, and it's pretty boring. You're just flying for like 7, 8 hours, right? And some people enjoy it, and that's fine. But to me, the whole purpose of this game, and in my honest opinion, and the whole reason why a lot of people are jumping into this game, it's because they want to fly to see the world, right? They want to go to the certain locations that they could never go because of whatever reasons, maybe medical reasons, maybe financial reasons, whatever it might be, and they can't travel, right, for whatever reasons. With a helicopter, you can go around the globe. You can choose a location that you want to go, that you want to explore, that you want to check out and see, right? And you can do that. Like you want to go and check out the LA, Los Angeles, right? California. Well, you can do that now with this. Just pick and choose a helicopter like this one or whichever one you have, and you can go ahead and you can explore around the city and check out the city, check out the Hollywood Hills and Santa Monica Boulevard and Beverly Hills, and you know um, uh, all of those exotic places in the city, uh, or any city for that matter, or any place in the world. And the best way to do that is with a helicopter. And not only that, but you can also hover. You can hover. Not only can you hover, but you can also land, right? And you can walk around, right? You see a place. There's another reason why you want to also use a helicopter. I can land anywhere here, right? I want to land. I want to maybe check out this area here, right? So I can land here, and I can exit out of my helicopter, and I can walk around, right? Uh, that's another reason, right? To be able to like do that. I've done it with the Grand Canyon when I was, flying around the Grand Canyon, right, with a helicopter. A helicopter is the best way to experience the Grand Canyon. I was able to land on certain parts of Grand Canyon, walk around and examine certain, areas in the Grand Canyon. So this to me is the reason why you want to use a helicopter instead of just your typical airplane. What I mean? Because the airplanes, they're flying in a high altitude, and when they're flying in a high altitude, you really can't see, you know, the detail. And obviously, you can land just anywhere, especially if you're flying a Boeing 737 or 787, unless there's an airport, like an international airport. But with a helicopter, I can go anywhere here and I can land and I can pick and choose where I want to go and I can land anywhere here in any of these areas, and that's the beauty about the helicopter, to be able to explore uh, every parts of this planet with a helicopter. And you can spend a lot of times just flying around, checking out certain areas that you wanted to go and visit, but you can't for whatever reasons, right? Could be medical, financial reasons, what have you. But with this, you can do that. And I think this is the benefit of PlayStation VR 2, that you can do this in the comfort of your own home with a console. You know, I'm using a PS5 Pro, but you don't necessarily have to use a PS5 Pro. You can just use a regular PS5. But the point being is, helicopters will give you this ability to explore any parts of the planet, any parts of the world, right? And you can do that with the PlayStation VR 2. So this is why I'm using helicopters. And I mean, some people will say, but isn't this like an obvious video? Um, well, look, I don't make these videos for everyone. I, you know, I make these videos for specific, special interest of individuals who might have an interest in, PlayStation VR 2. Like people get this idea that I make videos for everyone. Not every video is going to be intended for you or just specifically for you. I make videos for a variety of different types of individuals with a variety of different interests. And in this case, some people might have an interest on to hear my opinion about the helicopters and why I'm using helicopters instead of your typical Cessna airplanes or other aircrafts. Because with a helicopter, I can do things that I can do with just a regular airplane. Okay, with a helicopter, I can slow down, I can hover, I can land, I can examine areas, I can check out every parts of this planet much better with a helicopter instead of just, you know, uh, using your typical airplane. With a typical airplane, you can't do that. With a helicopter, you can do that. Yes, helicopters are slow, but they're perfect for scouting. They're perfect for checking out areas. They're perfect for search and rescue. And just simply sightseeing and exploring. If you want to explore the certain specific areas, right? There's Sebastian right there. It's a very nice small town in Florida. It's beautiful. Um, and it's a very nice community in Sebastian, which is, I believe, not far from Daytona Beach, actually. But it's its own little small community place, and it's really nice. Uh, right? Maybe you've never been to Sebastian. Well, now you can actually, with a helicopter, in the comfort of your own home, you can actually, fly around, hover around, and examine it and check out the scenery. Again, this to me is the benefit of flying with a helicopter instead of just using an airplane. You know what I mean? But each to its own. I'm just giving you my opinions as to why I like to use helicopter. And look, I can land anywhere here. Okay, anywhere here I can land. And again, this goes back to what I was saying earlier. The ability to land wherever I want to land, right? This is one of the reasons why I love using helicopters. And that's the whole point of this video. And like I said, I know this video is not for everyone, but it's not made for everyone. It's made for special interest of special certain individuals who out there have special interest for PlayStation VR 2. Okay, and that's to whom this video is really intended. It's intended for the group of special interest individuals who have interest for this, and they would like to know more, and they're researching, and they want to know, hey, why is this guy recommending helicopters? What's the reason why? Well, that's the whole point. I'm recommending helicopters for X, Y, and Z, and now you know why. And through this video, when this video is finished, I think you'll have a better understanding why I'm recommending helicopters. All right, well, I hope you guys enjoy this video. This is my co-pilot, Ms. Lee. As always, thank you, Ms. Lee. And I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you very much.